Rope has been one of humanity's most vital tools for millennia, but in the damp, unpredictable conditions of medieval Europe, keeping rope strong and rot-free was a constant battle. Ships, siege engines, and simple farm equipment all relied on cordage that could withstand wet weather, heavy use, and time itself. While modern ropes often rely on synthetic fibers or chemical preservatives, medieval craftsmen developed a surprisingly effective natural treatment that made rope last decades, sometimes even centuries. Understanding this lost technique offers both a fascinating historical insight and a practical lesson for modern survivalists and DIY enthusiasts. The key to rope preservation was soaking it in natural oils and tars. Medieval rope makers discovered that untreated fibers, whether hemp, flax, or even manila, were, highly susceptible to water damage and mould. Their solution was deceptively simple, really. Soak the ropes in natural oils, resins, or tars. Linseed oil, pine resin, and animal fats were common choices back then. The fibers would absorb these substances, creating a waterproof barrier while also conditioning the strands to remain flexible under stress. Ships' rigging, often exposed to the elements for months at a time, benefited most from this method. The oil and resin mixture not only prevented rot, but, also helped prevent fraying, giving ropes an extended lifespan that modern rope treatments rarely achieve without industrial chemicals. So, choosing the right rope and treatment mixture was absolutely critical, Not all ropes were created equal, and the treatment needed to match the fibre type. Hemp was by far the most common choice in medieval Europe due to its strength and availability. Craftsmen would first untwist the rope slightly, allowing oil or tar to really penetrate deep into the fibres. Linseed oil alone provided excellent moisture resistance, but when combined with just a small amount of pine resin or beeswax, the rope became almost impervious to rain or immersion. This mixture was heated carefully to ensure proper absorption without burning the fibres. For modern applications, a simple homemade mixture of boiled linseed oil with a touch of natural wax can provide a similar effect for garden, farm, or outdoor use. The soaking process required patience and precision. Ropes were laid out in shallow wooden troughs or barrels and then saturated with the oil-resin mixture. Craftsmen would massage the liquid into the fibres, ensuring complete coverage. Once soaked, the rope needed to rest for several days to allow the treatment to penetrate fully. In medieval shipyards, this was often done on raised platforms, so air could circulate around the rope, helping the fibres dry while retaining the oil's protective properties. Today, the same principle applies. Applying the mixture slowly, allowing time for absorption, ensures maximum durability and prevents a sticky, ineffective coating. For survivalists or historical reenactors, this careful approach transforms ordinary rope into a weatherproof, long-lasting tool. Even the best treatment wouldn't save a rope if it was poorly handled. So, medieval craftsmen, they really combined chemical preservation with a good bit of mechanical skill. They twisted fibres tightly, coiled ropes in ways that actually prevented kinks, and stored them off the damp ground. The oil and resin mixture, honestly, it helped maintain the rope's shape, which allowed it to be stored in long coils without developing those troublesome weak spots. These days, modern DIY users can totally replicate this by applying a preservative mixture, then carefully coiling ropes on racks or hooks, making sure to prevent any unnecessary stress points. This combination of chemical and mechanical preservation, well, that was the secret to ropes that survived decades of harsh use. You know, understanding this medieval technique actually has immediate practical value. Outdoor enthusiasts can, well, treat climbing ropes, garden cordage, or even emergency lines with a simple oil and resin blend, which really improves water resistance and longevity. Farmers or gardeners using natural fibre ropes for trellises or animal enclosures can, honestly, dramatically reduce replacement costs. Additionally, historical reenactors benefit by replicating ropes that look and behave authentically without sacrificing durability. Even simple household uses such as weatherproofing clotheslines or pulley systems can gain from this old-world knowledge. The principle remains the same. Fibre selection, proper soaking, slow absorption, and careful storage. The Industrial Revolution and the rise of synthetic fibres rendered these natural methods largely obsolete. Modern ropes made from nylon, polyester or polypropylene are chemically treated at the factory, eliminating the need for natural oils or resins. However, for anyone working in sustainable, low-tech or historical contexts, the medieval approach offers unmatched insight. It demonstrates that careful observation of natural materials, combined with patience and skill, can create tools that honestly outlast modern shortcuts. The forgotten medieval rope treatment is, well, more than just a historical curiosity. It's actually a practical, achievable method to preserve natural fibre ropes. By soaking rope in oil, resin or wax, twisting and coiling it properly and storing it carefully, you can create durable cordage that resists rot, fraying and water damage. You know, this technique really reminds us that ingenuity isn't new. It's preserved in traditions just waiting to be rediscovered and applied to modern survival and DIY challenges. If you found this guide valuable and want more historically proven survival tips, practical bushcraft techniques and DIY tricks from the past, make sure to subscribe to Backyard Wisdom and, well, share this video with fellow enthusiasts. Mastering these old methods connects us to the ingenuity of history while equipping us with tools that, honestly, still work today.